Hi guys! Welcome back to my now existing channel. It's been a long time. I finally finished my summer classes. I'm like so close to graduating, guys. I am so excited, like you have no idea. I've kind of like been organizing my shelves. I've been so good at not having impulses to buy a ton of books. I haven't been reading as often because I kind of want to do more reading vlogs. And there's like two books that I really want to read right now. It is The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which I have been talking about for a while and I still haven't read. I know that when I read this, it's gonna be a one sitting read. It's a mystery thriller after all, you know. Then recently on TikTok, I've been hearing about Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. People say that Yours Truly is also one of her greatest books. If you've been subscribed for a while, you know that I made a reading vlog of Part of Your World, which is kind of like one of the first books. I loved it, but it wasn't that like fascinating to me. But people really enjoy Yours Truly, so that's why I want to give it a chance. I also wanted to read more Jennifer Lynn Barnes because I think she's really great at writing. So these two have been on my TBR for a while. That being said, guys, I have some bookish things coming in. Look at this reading light that I bought. My old one, it like passed away. It's not here. I bought this off of Amazon. It has two reading modes. This is like the strongest one and this is like the lighter one. I would just put it like behind a couple of pages that I'm reading in and then it will stay and light my book. Let's do a little softer one. It also is like 360. It's not sponsored, so I can like move it around. It's really great. And I love how it's like a warm tone because I don't really like white fluorescent lights. Kind of hurts my eyes. I love reading with like warm tones in the night, so this is great. I also have been fixing my little pouch where I have all my pencils and supplies for like highlighting. For highlighting tools, I have these microline pens that I bought in the Barnes & Noble video, and then I have these Sharpie gel highlighters, which I've lost a couple. I literally only have 3. I don't know what happened to the rest of them, but I love these. They kind of work as crayons. I just like them because it does not bleed. There's a lot of pens that even though they are marketed as not bleeding through, they bleed through. And it bothers me in my Bible because then I'm like, oh no. But you know what I'm learning, guys? I saw this quote that said it is better to have a Bible that's filled with annotations and highlights than a Bible that is completely empty without annotations, because a Bible that's completely annotated and highlighted is a Bible that is proof that it's being read. I have a problem with wanting my books to be clean. I love the aesthetic of clean, fresh, new books. So as soon as like a page bends or anything like that, it bothers me. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm working through that. This is an example of my gel highlighter, and look how it does not show in the back. Look, that is what I want. I got this case. It says I can do all things through him who strengthens me. It is fading away very fast, which is disappointing, but it's okay. It's okay. Still very cutesy, very cute, very mindful, very demure. Look, I also fixed the stickers on my Kindle. This is a new Bookish sticker that I received from Brianna. She's new to the YouTube community and I've met her through Haley Fam. She's one of Haley Fam's best friends and now I love watching her videos. She made these bookmarks, which are so beautiful, and I had to get my hands on them when I saw that she made them. So Brianna, thank you so much for making great products. A little trick is to not stick them so you can reuse them. I wish I had acrylic sometimes so I could be like... Something that I've been doing a lot lately, I never know what book of the Bible to read, and I think that's what has been stopping me from opening my Bible to begin with. I just ask AI. I'm like, I'm feeling this because I'm such a mood reader. What book of the Bible can I read? What am I feeling? I honestly don't even know what I'm feeling. Like, what am I in the mood for? I'm feeling very close to God's love for me. Recommend a book of the Bible that shows God's love is written all over in the Bible for us to begin with. But let me try to ask something specific. God's love towards us, even when we fail or are imperfect, through someone's story in the Bible. A great book of the Bible that illustrates God's love towards us despite our imperfections is the book of Jonah. I want to read one that's not well known though. I kind of want to do one that's like so hidden that no one really talks about. Can you recommend one that is not talked about enough? Have you looked into the book of Hosea? I think I did. I read Hosea because of Francine Rivers' book. Redeeming Love is definitely a book that shows God God's love for us. I'm like, is there another one? I read that one already. I mean, you can always reread. You learn new things by reading, but I want to read a fresh one. I'm gonna say give me 5 other options. Ooh, Lamentations. I actually haven't gotten to this one. Zephaniah, Malachi, Esther. I love that one. Job. I love that one. I would literally read Job again. But you know which one caught my eye? Malachi. I think that's really great. And I haven't gotten into that one. So we're gonna go into Malachi. Then I can show you a little bit of how I take my notes. I mostly just highlight and like write notes in the corners. That's what I do. But that's why I want to invest in a journaling Bible, because I feel like I'd be able to write more in like the spaces that it provides. But like I have so many Bibles and I feel like what's stopping me from doing that in here? You know what I'm saying? What I used to do is I used to take my iPad and I used to use the SOAP method, which is scripture, observation, application, and prayer. I did make some PDFs one time. Let me know if I should put it out on like Etsy or something if you like it. I made a Proverbs, girl version, Proverbs, boy version, and then I have a Judges version. I moved a bit so you can see the outline of it right here. I also have an example. So you would put the scripture that you would be reading that day of, the numbers, in that case, an example, it's like chapters 2 to 3 because they were short. Then I have like a little section for favorite verses that I can just go back to, memorize, observation, what I noticed about reading that chapter, because every chapter is important to dissect. Application, how can I apply it to my life? And then prayer, I would write down the prayer. In this version, it's kind of the same things, but I try to play around with more blues, and the examples are still the same. Judges I made a little bit different. That one is very purpley. The only time I take on my pen is when I find something that really touches my soul, or I find that it's very moving for me. If not, if it still does the same effect but not to that extent, I use the highlighter. When I find something that I'm just very confused about, I use this website called Enduring Word. It explains verse by verse the context of anything in the Bible. That is how it looks. You would scroll down to number 2, it would restate the scripture and then explain to you context or what it may mean. When I used to do a lot of like the journaling things that I used to do, like write it on books or my iPad, I found that it took the attention off of grasping the word and it focused more on the aesthetic. But a studied word is a word that is sometimes all crumbled, sometimes has coffee stains, tear stains. Now that's a word that shows that you are not just reading the Bible but soaking it in and applying it to your life. That's the kind of reader of the Bible that I want to be currently. No hate to anyone who loves journaling their Bibles. Honestly, I wish that I can do the same. But again, everybody's different. Like if I could journal my Bible and be able to take things out of it, then I would do it. But because I can't multitask, I can't do both, I just don't. Alright, so I'm gonna just keep on reading. I just finished it. I have a few notes in here and a few highlights. A couple hours later, it is getting dark. I started The Naturals. Here's a clip of my reaction to like chapter 1. Alright, I'm gonna stop, but I got all the way up to chapter 13. I did not want to make the mistake of not highlighting because I did not highlight the inheritance games, and there were just so many interesting, surprising facts, all the good stuff. The book so far is absolutely crazy. It's reminding me so much of Stranger Things. I literally know why people are saying Stranger Things, and it gives me like spooky vibes still. Like I can picture everything that's happening. I would say it's like dead silence, just crickets. We're discovering the truth right now about the place, the program. It's not what Cassie thought it would be. She wants to go so bad. I mean, like there were so many hints for her not to join this program, and she keeps finding out the truth about it, but she literally does not care. She wants to learn more about herself as a natural. I think that her character development is very interesting so far, because I never met someone like the main character who wants to stay and not run away. Like she wants to stay, she wants to discover more. So this program is like an FBI type of thing where they recruit these people who are naturals. Essentially, they have these gifts. You can be really smart with numbers. You can be a profiler, which is really good at reading people. You can be an emotional reader and or a deceiver. If you know Jennifer Limbar, she always like adds a little bit of a love triangle. But I love how it's never focused on the romance. It's like romance is a subplot. We're focused right now on the mystery / thriller that's happening. I'm team, I don't know. Maybe I'm Team Dean. Not because he's mysterious or whatever, but because he's a profiler and it makes sense because he knows how to state the things that Cassie has trouble stating because he understands. I like that he understands what she's going through, and he even tells her, he's like, I don't think it was a good idea that you came because this place destroys you. Do you hear the birds? I wanted to lay down in my hammock, but it rained, and oh my gosh, what's up with this exposure? I don't know if you heard me, but I basically said that I have a phobia of being bitten by mosquitoes, so I came inside, and also it was just too hot. I don't like being bitten by mosquitoes. It freaks me out, especially with all the cases that have come out with like mosquitoes bringing deadly diseases. Forget about it. It feels so gross right now. Oh my gosh, my socks got wet. Look, it's my neurodivergent side. Look at this mosquito bite. Look at it. Something about me, ignore the washed out background, is that I'm a very highly sensitive person, so I freak out with things like these. I also do not like blood. Guys, Jennifer Lynn Barnes, what an author you are, because how do you write these books so well? I feel like I'm learning so much, specifically the thought process of someone who unalives people. The little things that she adds just make it more human. I get so lost in the story that I even forget that it's just a book. This is Jennifer Lynn Barnes, PhD, is a novelist and psychologist. She's the author of more than 20 critically acclaimed young adult novels. Wow, no wonder, bro. And it makes sense because there's this one quote from the book that has me like, so basically Cassie is learning how to be in the mind of people who unalive others. They make her use the word you. So when she put herself in the shoes of that person, these women, she said, suddenly I was nauseous. It wasn't just what had been done to these women. It was that for a moment I'd connected with the person who done it. I'd understood. It makes me think, because I wanted to be a psychologist too, and part of being a psychologist is you have to make everyone feel understood. You cannot be biased. Many people from many backgrounds will come to you. They could be horrible people, but you're not allowed to tell them that. It makes me think of how Jesus sees us. Guys, I'm so scared if you didn't see by my reaction. It's getting so creepy. I'm so scared. I don't know. I want to find out who the killer is, but I don't. I'm just scared that the killer is going to be someone that I know. That's how stressed I am, guys, that I bit the cap of my highlighter. Cassie is a profiler, but she sees from the victim's point of view, so she uses the word you. And then Dean uses the word I because he sees the point of view of the people who unalive others. What? Bro, it's the fact that they were throwing us off. Alright, so I give this book a 4.8 out of 5 just because it felt like there was a few things that I was still curious about. We learned a lot about the Naturals, their story arcs, their character developments, but outside of them, I would have loved to get more insight on the FBI's. It would have been nice to have an intro on the program in general, and maybe throughout the series we learn more about it, but that's the only reason why it's not a 5. And also just because we never figure out the murder. I'm guessing in this series we will. It's really nice though. See you soon in another video. Bye bye.